My name is Dominic Bednarczyk, and I'm going to tell you about my hobby and interest, which is ant keeping. So, why keep ants as pets? Well, they're interesting, ant colonies are incredibly intelligent, and you can watch it grow from its inception, which is something you don't get with a lot of other pets. I started getting interested in ant keeping 4 years ago. When I went to the Montreal Insectarium, there was an amazing leafcutter ant colony on display, and I found the hobby online, and the more research I did, the more I got hooked. Now, the first ant queen I ever caught was a carpenter ant queen 2 years ago. I put her in what is known as a test tube setup, which mimics the environment a queen ant needs to start a colony. She grew an incredible carpenter ant colony, which became my very first ant colony. Now, most people believe ants are kept in those Uncle Milton ant farms, but in reality, the best place to keep ants is in a terrarium, like a reptile. The reason for this is because it allows the colony to grow and shape its environment, and also in a terrarium you can keep many different creatures at once, creating a sort of miniature ecosystem. And ants hold a very important position in the ecosystems they live in. They interact with many different creatures in their environment. For example, ants interact with mealybugs to get extra sap as a sort of sugar substitute in their diet. Now, I believe creating terrariums and keeping ants has given me a much more holistic mindset. Everything in the ecosystem must be balanced. And to make sure everything's running smoothly, every living thing must fill a role. If one part of that ecosystem is lacking, or if one part has begun to constrict the others, then everything can fall apart. Creating ecosystems has made me more detail oriented because many things we take for granted in our lives hold the Earth's ecosystems together, one of the most important being decomposers. Ants produce a lot of waste, from food scraps to dead workers to fecal matter, and these organisms take the waste, along with decaying vegetation, and return it back to the soil to be reabsorbed by the plants. Any environment requires many decomposers, just one type is not enough for an ecosystem to survive. So another skill ant keeping has given me is, well, managing a team. As goofy as it sounds, managing an ecosystem is a lot like managing a project. Small problems can lead to bigger ones through a domino effect. You need to make sure every player is doing their part, and you need to come up with creative solutions to problems that may arise. Now, probably one of my favorite things about keeping ants and making terrariums is the creativity that it allows. Building terrariums allows you to shape a world. It allows you to build what is practically a planet inside glass. It allows you to watch an environment you created grow and evolve in ways you would never even expect. And honestly, this is the most fulfilling part about keeping ants and building terrariums. And this is why I think it has been so influential on me.